LeBron James has opened up about his marriage to Savannah James, and what he revealed might surprise those who've long viewed them as the picture-perfect couple of the sports world. Despite 12 years of marriage and over 2 decades together, LeBron admitted that their relationship, just like anyone else's, comes with struggles, compromises, and moments that are far from glamorous. He said it plainly: a marriage, no matter how strong, is never picture-perfect. That honesty has sparked conversations everywhere. Because if the king himself, the face of the NBA, the man who seems to have it all, admits that relationships take work, it challenges the fairy tale perception many fans have projected onto him and Savannah for years. Let's take a step back and understand the full story here. LeBron James and Savannah Brinson's love story began long before the world knew his name. The two met in high school in Akron, Ohio, when LeBron was already showing signs of basketball greatness. Savannah was a cheerleader and a softball player, and their relationship started simply: 2 teenagers going out for food, watching movies, just being young and carefree. But it didn't take long for the weight of LeBron's rising stardom to enter the picture. By the time LeBron was drafted as the #1 overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft, he was barely 18 years old, and Savannah was right there beside him. Imagine that pressure. One of the most hyped athletes in sports history entering the professional world with cameras flashing, media watching his every move, and expectations bigger than any teenager could reasonably handle. Through all of that, Savannah stayed grounded. She has always been described as someone who prefers to keep things private, who isn't chasing the spotlight. That balance between LeBron's fame and Savannah's more private nature has been credited as one of the reasons their relationship has lasted as long as it has. Fast forward to September 2013. After years of dating, raising their sons Bronny and Bryce together, and standing by each other through the whirlwind of NBA stardom, LeBron and Savannah tied the knot in a lavish wedding in San Diego, surrounded by celebrities, teammates, and close family. Since then, they've welcomed their daughter Zuhri, and the James family has become a household name, not just because of LeBron's success on the court, but because of the image they project as a unit. And for years, that image was pristine. The perfect family, the loyal wife, the doting husband, the 3 kids growing up with incredible opportunities. From the outside, it looked like a fairy tale. But now, LeBron has reminded the world that the reality is far more complex. He admitted recently that while people might look at his marriage and see perfection, the truth is that no relationship, no matter how strong, exists without challenges. He even said directly, "Shit ain't always gonna be a bed of roses." Those words hit differently because they come from someone who so rarely opens up about his private life. We often see athletes and celebrities give the polished version of their lives, carefully curated for social media. But LeBron laid it bare. Being with someone for over 20 years means facing hardships, disagreements, and tough moments. And what makes a relationship endure isn't perfection, it's the willingness to work through those hard times together. So, what does he credit for keeping his marriage strong? 3 things: communication, honesty, and being okay with discomfort. Think about that. Communication, honesty, and accepting that you can't always have things your way. These are lessons that apply to every marriage, every relationship, not just celebrity ones. And in a moment of human, but also truth, LeBron admitted that the phrase happy wife isn't just a cliche. He said flat out, it's real. This comes just days after he and Savannah celebrated their 12th wedding anniversary. On September 14th, LeBron posted a heartfelt message to her on Instagram, calling her his queen and reaffirming his love. The couple also recently got matching tattoos with their sons, a symbol of their family bond. But his candid comments revealed that alongside the love, there are also struggles, compromises, and constant work that keeps it all together. Public reaction has largely been supportive. Fans have praised him for showing vulnerability and for admitting what so many couples know but rarely hear from celebrities, that lasting love isn't about perfection, it's about resilience. Social media buzzed with comments like, "This is real love," and "That's why they're still together after all these years." Others noted that in an era of celebrity divorces and scandals, hearing LeBron speak so honestly about the challenges of marriage makes him and Savannah more relatable, more human. Now, let's not forget that all of this comes at a time when LeBron is balancing the twilight years of his career with his roles as a father and husband. His eldest son, Bronny, is stepping into the spotlight himself, pursuing his own basketball journey. His younger son, Bryce, is making headlines as a high school star, and his daughter, Zuhuri, is already a fan favorite with her own little media presence. Amid all this, LeBron is more than just an athlete. He's a family man, a businessman, and a husband trying to make it all work. And here's where the story gets even more interesting. Savannah, who has largely stayed private for most of their relationship, has recently stepped into the spotlight herself. She launched her own podcast where she talks openly about family, values, and the challenges of parenting in the public eye. She's been vocal about being a helicopter mom, about raising her kids to be kind, respectful, and humble despite the enormous privilege of growing up in the James household. Her voice, paired with LeBron's honesty, paints a fuller picture of what their marriage really looks like. Love, yes, but also work, compromise, and real-world challenges. It's important to note, LeBron's revelations weren't about scandal or drama. He wasn't confessing the problems that signaled trouble in paradise. Instead, he was pulling back the curtain to remind everyone that perfection doesn't exist. And that's what makes his words resonate even more. The James family remains strong, united, and deeply connected, but they're also real people, dealing with real issues. Fans who have followed LeBron's journey since high school know that authenticity has always been part of his brand. He's never pretended to be flawless, and his marriage is no exception. If anything, his comments only reinforce why his relationship with Savannah has lasted, because they are willing to face the imperfections together. So when you see the Instagram posts, the anniversary celebrations, the matching tattoos, remember those moments are real. But so are the arguments, the late-night disagreements, and the compromises that never make it to social media. And maybe that's the bigger lesson here, that true love isn't about the highlight reel, it's about what happens behind the scenes when no one's watching. As the king enters what may be the final stretch of his legendary career, it's clear that his marriage to Savannah is just as central to his legacy as his championships, MVPs, and records. Because in the end, the story of LeBron James isn't just about basketball. It's about family, love, imperfection, and the determination to keep moving forward even when things aren't perfect. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.